Today we're going to Dnipro, the city of contrast, industrialization and entertainment, work and leisure.
Hello everybody! Today we are in the city of Dnipro.
And we're starting our day by a big ball of wishes, so shall we do that and make a wish? Come on, let's do this.
Come on.
Right, wish hard. Harder than you've ever wished before.
Done.
Okay, brilliant. Let's go and explore the city. Dnipro is the prominent commercial and industrial centre of eastern Ukraine, but there were two Dnipros before.
The first city was flooded 8 years after its foundation, and all the residents moved. Imagine you gathered with your neighbours, took your stuff and moved the whole city to a new place.
So we are currently walking down Europe's longest embankment here in Dnipro, and it is 23 kilometres long.
And it didn't always look like this. In 1963, it went through a major transformation to give it a more modern look.
Yet very popular with tourists and the perfect spot to take a river selfie. Come on, let's be a tourist. Hello.
Hello.
Perfect.
In the last century, Dnipro has become one of the centres of industrialisation. Remember the days when people used to build factories where they wanted and did not care about nature?
So then there were 622 enterprises in Dnipro. The entire embankment was filled up with untreated wood, so the river itself was full of harmful metal and plant waste. It was only when people got really concerned about the environment that the embankment was rebuilt and acquired a more modern look. This right here is the very beautiful Monastery Island.
And some old papers even mention that this was the most northern point that Andrew the Apostle reached on his mission.
Later, a monastery was founded here, and that's how it got its name, Monastery Island. Let's have a look at a monastery. If you ask residents what is the most legendary place in the city, they'll probably answer Monastery Island. I wonder why.
1,000 years ago, there was a trade route called from the Varangians to the Greeks. The Great Silk Road from Eastern Europe to Byzantium. Tired merchants often stop on the island for layover.
And now we will do the same thing, like the ancestors, the old-fashioned way. This one.
If on the island you can relax with your soul, then in the city itself there is something to keep your mind occupied.
For example, there is a menorah, the largest Jewish centre in Europe. The building has 7 towers representing the traditional temple candlestick. We are here in Katerynoslavsky Boulevard.
And we are sat on some dinosaur eggs, or at least that's what the locals call them.
So the locals don't only like it for its eggs, but there's also an interesting statue just over there. Let's have a look. This is obviously the rich area.
Oh, and they've got these like water things that we're going to walk into.
Well, good, because I am a very warm man.
You're a very warm man.
Right, we're looking for a businessman sat on a bench.
Oh yeah, is that what we've got?
That's what we're looking for. Yeah. We'll turn left. We'll have a look through there. This is a very nice built-up area. This is where the money is. Money. Do you like money? Do you like a man with money? By rubbing the cigars of businessmen.
Woo! And here he is.
Yeah, so this statue appeared overnight one evening, and the mayor loved it so much, he decided to just let it stay there.
And there's a legend that says if you sit on his knee, you'll get married.
Yes, and if you rub his cigar, you'll get rich. But I believe if you rub any businessman's cigar, he'll probably give you some money.
Yeah, oh, I know, yeah.
Give it a tickle. There we are.
There we go, CEO magic right there.
It turns out that Dnipro is very famous for its craft beer.
And the Fanatic Craft Beer Factory is the largest beer factory in the whole of Ukraine.
I've been very excited for this moment, so let's get weird.
Hello.
Hello, gentlemen. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hello. Здравствуйте. Hello.
Oh, it goes ladies first. Ladies first, and then go in for me. That's perfect. That's all good.
Hello.
Right.
We are the people who founded this business. Its main goal was to create an open plant to show the culture of production. Everything was transparent so that our villagers could understand the capacities of this plant and actually see the way it works. Everyone is welcome to visit us.
It's a pleasure already, and I'm excited to drink and experience the alcohol.
Then let's start. Let's start with our little experimental laboratory brewery. Follow me, please.
Properly this time. It's very Breaking Bad.
This is a small brewery with a volume of 50 litres. Here, we conduct experiments and get preliminary samples and tastes of beer that will be brewed in large production.
So it's like a scaled-down version that I could put in my garage at home.
Basically, yes. In principle, all eminent European mini breweries started as a garage business, and many do not even want to leave. Brewdog is the same case, just as Mikula.
Let's see the big boys.
This is the hot heart of our brewery where we brew the wort. The beer production process comes down to several stages. The first stage is the brewing of the wort. The second is fermenting this wort, turning it into beer. The third stage is bottling. And the fourth, of course, is drinking. How the wort is brewed. Take the malt. Malt is basically the sprouted barley that is ground and mixed with water.
Ah, and how long does it take?
The whole brewing time is about 8 hours.
Ow, it's hot.
It's hot.
Oh yes, I see it now.
After the wort is collected, bring it to a boil and add the hops. Then, after boiling, this wort is cooled and sent to fermentation. Now I will show you the command center, where the whole process is managed from. This is our brewery's control center. With the help of these computers, the technologist, the brewer himself, oversees and controls all production processes.
When I used to think about how beer is brewed, I imagined workers stirring vats of beer, but this plant is fully automatic.
All brewing data is displayed on computers that are installed in a separate control room. It turns out that only one brewer can manage this huge farm.
This is the fermentation room. The beer is fermented in these huge vats. Each container is for 24,000 litres, and accordingly, each container can have its own separate type of beer. The brewing cycle takes 3 to 4 weeks or more, depending on the variety.
And you trust machines to tell you when a beer is ready, opposed to like human taste?
Now, of course, the machines constantly monitor the temperature, the volume, and the pressure. In addition to it, each tank is also equipped with mechanical sensors for extra control. And at the final stage, everything goes through a laboratory where both the technical characteristics of the product and the organoleptic, taste, color, and smell, are checked. Here, in this part of the lab, we check our yeast. Our microbiologist shows the content of dead cells, colored in blue. There should be no more than a certain percentage of them, as you see in the picture.
Oh, colours. Which one's the screensaver?
I think there's a lot more science involved with brewing beer than everyone gives it credit for. I feel like you need a PhD to work here.
Everything is then compensated by testing.
Now you're talking my language. Now I understand what you're talking about.
Now we will go through all of this too.
Yep, come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
This is the beer dispensing section. Beer from porcelain goes into the kegel, and only then the kegs go to retail outlets. On this machine, the kegs go through the external washing. Then the clean kegs go to the internal washing and filling line. This machine washes the inside of the kegs, fills it with beer, and sends it to the conveyor.
Переворачиватель и погрузчик на поддоны.
Distribute around the world?
We do not have time to work for the domestic market yet. Maybe fortunately, maybe not.
Yeah, and maybe after you could expand.
More.
The point is that this is all related to the cycles of a certain preparation. That is, in order to export a lot, the beer needs to be preserved longer, and this implies pasteurization, some kind of sterilization, some amount of things that do not yet fit into the concept of our production. We have natural, alive, unpasteurized beer.
So if you want to try this beer, you have to come to Ukraine.
You must definitely come to Ukraine. Not just for our beer.
For the country, yes. It's about quality, not quantity.
Yes.
So now it's time for me to taste the quality.
Come on, it's already cooled down.
Every single one.
How many different types of beer do you brew?
Usually there are 6, 7, 8 beers for tasting.
Why did you choose Dnipro and not Kiev to brew?
Kiev has its own breweries, but we are worried about our hometown. We sell most of our products in our hometown. We are a small regional factory.
Oh, well, cheers to that.
Yep. Dnipro has already become my favorite city because of the brewery, so. Okay, well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so very much.
So
Jackie,
much.
swap over.
Oh, swap over.
Jackie, thank you very much.
We wanted to give you some gifts as a keepsake so that you always remember our beer,
Gifts.
even in winter.
Some socks, perfect, amazing. Right, well, thank you so much. It's been really, really nice. The beer is fantastic, and I'm going to call a taxi for Heather now because she's had a bit too much to drink. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you've had a drink, now it's time to have a bite.
Well, let's go look for a place in Dnipro where we can have a decent meal.
So after a very long day, we've decided to eat somewhere modern. Oh, cute. Lovely. So after a really long day, we decided to eat somewhere a little bit more modern.
So we've come to Dogs and Burgers for some €1 filth. Let's go eat some stuff. So yeah, we've had a lot of traditional food of recent. Well, now we're having a bit of fast food, aren't we?
Yes, so we're in like a €1 bar, and they've got some delicious American-style food. Rob, how did you find Dnipro today?
Dnipro it's been really nice, to be fair. The Monastery island has been lovely. Wish we spent more time there, to be honest.
Too.
If anything, whatever country you're in, if it's sunny, wear some sun lotion and protection because I'm a very red boy.
You are a red boy. I really enjoyed the Fanatic Brewery. It was a really fun tour to kind of see how they do it, have a tour and check it out.
Yeah, no, they're really nice guys.
They were.
Like, I think if anything, meeting again people that are passionate about their projects and stuff that's like really kind of traditional to Ukraine. That in itself was really, really nice.
I don't really like beer, so that. I mean, it's a good place to go.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you enjoyed the beer.
I enjoyed it, so I mean, it doesn't matter if you like it or not, just to see what traditional Ukrainian beer is like.
What a way to end a day than with burgers, nuggets, and some oysters, which is an odd side for any fast food dish.
Yeah, let me know how the oysters are. I'm allergic, so I'm not going to touch that.
She can't eat these, so
Like shellfish.
I'll eat for two.
So you can tell me how those oysters are. Yep, good.
For anyone that's not had oysters, imagine really sloppy, fishy insides, and you've nailed it.
But the food's good, and it's just a nice way to end the day. Sat down, eating. I'm just very grateful to be alive, grateful to be here with you, Rob.
Yeah. So, after all that, maybe it's best that you eat those, soak up the alcohol, and let me enjoy these nuggets. Cheers, guys.
Well, the magic ball didn't let us down. Dnipro turned out to be a truly magical place to visit.
Magical and so exciting. Real magic.